Hi guys. Hey, it's Linda Lou here from Linda Lou Creates. Thanks so much for stopping by, saying hello. Hey, I wanted to share with you the two cards that I'm going to create tonight. First up, I am using products from the Best Dressed Suite. You can find that in the mini catalog. The designer series paper, I love this paper. I gotta tell you though, it is on the retiring list, so get it before it is gone. Papers are quick to go, so make sure you scoop some up. It's 6x6 and it's fantastic, double-sided. I'm going to show you a couple things of what to do with it. A couple of the things is the Dress to Impress bundle. That is the stamp set and the dies. In the mini catalog, they're made up as a bundle. You purchase them together, saving 10%. You'll see this on the retiring list. The thing is, it's actually not retiring. It will be coming out in the new catalog, but the idea of the bundle and saving the 10%, that is what is retiring. So you would have to purchase them separately and not get that 10% savings then. So, okay, enough of the sales pitch. Hey, let's get going with this one. I'll tell you what this stamp set sold me with that sentiment alone when I first saw it. Be as bold as your lipstick. I absolutely love that. I think it's a great encouragement card. So let me show you how I made it. Some of the supplies you're going to need are the card base. That is lovely lipstick. Yes, that is on the retiring list as well. Top folding, my favorite kind. 11 by 4 1/4. Scoring here and folding at 5 1/2. Okay, inside I do have a piece of Whisper White. I went ahead and stamped the lipstick on there. I'm going to do a little coloring with the blends, and I'll explain those to you then here in a moment when I get to that. 5 1/4 by 4. I have also a second piece of white that is 5 1/4 by 4, and I've started adhering my strips of the designer series paper to it. These strips, I have 4 different patterns to it. They measure 1 1/8 by 4. Now, let me point something out to you. This gingham down here, this is actually lovely lipstick out of the retiring pack of the designer series paper. I hate to say this, but this is already sold out. So I had already had this card made and ready to go for tonight, and you know, so just know that this does not come in the Best Dressed designer series paper. This is something different. So if you wanted to make this card, you're just going to have to get a different piece down here for where this gingham is. Because I love my layers, I do have a piece of basic black, and that's just 1/8 of an inch bigger all around. So it's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So let me just move my card up here. What I want to do is finish putting on my strips. All I can say is I just find what looks good. What patterns, I try and go kind of within the same color family, and go with that. So that's how I pick the papers I want to use. This paper pack has some nice smaller prints, flower prints in it. So that's another thing why I like it also. Now, I went ahead and I adhered the ones at the very ends. Okay, and then what I like to do is sort of lay my other strips down as to where I'm going to kind of need to put them down. All right, so I used the liquid glue, so I have some wiggle room available to me there, and there's one, so let's get the other one in. So today's been kind of a crazy day. We actually had snow in the air today. Like, I feel like we've had more snow in April than we did in February, when you would think all the snow would be coming around. So anyway, okay, so now let me go ahead and get this adhered to my basic black. Sometimes I like to just use basic black, and because it just makes those colors pop, all the other ones. So let's go ahead and get that down. And there we go. I'm actually going to go ahead and adhere this to my card base because I can. I don't have anything else that I need to do to it. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Here we go. All right. Let me just set this off to the side for a second. On a piece of scrap paper, I did stamp, again, another of the lipsticks, colored it in with my blends. I'm going to show you what I did as far as coloring with the blends, so hang with me on that. And then I used my Wink of Stella and colored in just the lipstick part, because, I don't know, I always think of lipstick as being something sparkly nice. I cut out a stitched shape circle, have in the black Memento ink my sentiment. I mean, like I said, that's what sold me on this set, was that sentiment. And then I have the basic black scallop layer behind. So what I'm going to do here is apply all my dimensionals, and I can't believe I didn't already do that. So, oy, oy, what is going on with me? So let me get all of my dimensionals that I love to use, first on the back of my lipstick, and then on the back of my circle as well. Whoa. Don't worry, I'll probably use all those, so. There we go. All right. So let me bring my card back in. I am going to put my circle down. Maybe. There we go. Okay. I don't know. Just putting it off to the side just seemed like the right thing to do. You could put it in the center if you wanted, wherever you want to put it. So wherever that works for you. Let me get now the die cut tube of lipstick. And there that goes. I have the grosgrain ribbon that is in the lovely lipstick. Yes, this will be retiring, so do not delay whenever you want anything off of that last chance list. So I went ahead and tied myself a bow. I wrapped it around 3 times and tied the bow. And let me just get a glue dot, push it right in there. It comes right off, and just kind of fold it down on itself so it's not showing. And I actually picked up another glue dot along the way, so let me get rid of that one. Okay, and I'm just going to pop it right down here somewhere. I'm not a big embellishment person, but sometimes I like to just add a little bow or something, a little ribbon for that. Okay, now for the inside, let me pull that in, and I want to share a couple things with you there. So like I said, this is Whisper White. I used the Memento Tuxedo Black on this. I'm going to use some of my blends. First up, I have the lovely lipstick, dark and well, wouldn't it be nicer if I turned it around so you could read it? The light and the dark blend. These will be retiring, the lovely lipstick. Now, you are going to see on that retiring list a lot of the blend colors. They are not retiring. What is retiring is the individual colors, the light and the dark. So instead, in the new catalog, they're going to be sold as a combo. So the light and dark will be coming in as one. So go ahead and get them if you need to order like a light of something or a dark of something. Do it now, because coming out in the next catalog, June 3rd, when that comes out, you're going to have to buy it together as a combo. Okay, so let me just grab the here. This is Smoky Slate, by the way. I let the stamp kind of do the talking for me. Where the highlights are on the stamp, I will highlight with my dark. Can I tell you, there's no right and wrong way to work with blends and to use them. Please don't let them intimidate you. You will find the way you like to use them, all right? Being the alcohol-based marker, they will work no matter what. Some people I know put the light down first, highlight with the dark, come back and blend again with the light. I like to skip that first part. I like to just go to the dark, put that down. While it's still kind of on the wet side, I will come through and just do my blending now. Okay. Sometimes I will leave a little bit of white space. And if I feel like, you know, I blended that out too much, I don't really see any difference, come back with your dark then. You can always highlight more than with the dark. Oh no, now it's gotten a little too dark there. I can always come back again with the light. Don't be afraid to just keep on working it until you get it to being the color that you like. It's all up to you. Don't forget then too, you do have the color lifter. I think of it as an eraser or something to lighten the color. If you're like, that's a little too dark, then just use this. Wipe it over your color, the area that you want that color to be lighter, and it will do just that. Okay, now real quick with the lovely lipstick, I am starting with the dark. I am just going to highlight a little bit of that lipstick, come back, whoops, come back in with the light, start to blend. See how I just kind of scribble around where the dark is, and then come back again and finish coloring the rest of it in. And like I said, if there's a part of it where it's like, oh, you know, I don't like that, I can always add more or take away some. Okay, so that's how I use the blends. That's what works for me and makes me happy. You'll find your own way. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit of Wink of Stella now on the inside. I just love this. It's clear, adds a little bit of sparkle. I am not a glitter girl, believe me when I say that. Don't hate me because I'm saying that. So this is enough glitter for me of what comes in and out, or rather out of this Wink of Stella. So, okay. I'm just going to set this off to the side to dry for just a moment because I have another little trick I want to show you. I always like to decorate the inside of my card. I also like to do my envelope, but I often forget to do it. So you could stamp on here, or you can put a piece of your designer series paper on there. I try and get a piece of the paper that is also that I can find in my card as well. Okay, so I had some of the stripe paper handy. I cut a piece of it. Now I'm going to give you measurements for these envelopes. These are the Stampin' Up! Envelopes. You'll just have to measure the envelopes that you have. Okay, so just across, they are a ever so slight smidge, I find, over 5 3/4. So when I cut this, I'm like, I give it a healthy 5 3/4 on the cut. All right, going across. And then I have it as 2 1/4 wide then going down. So I just measured from the fold, just measured the end of the flap, added a smidge more so that I could have some to put on. So what I just do then is I get a nice fine line of glue. Well, that didn't come out so fine, did it? Let's smear that around a little bit so it's not quite so thick. All right. Just put a little bit of glue on my flap. And then I just set my... Now yeah, I like the liquid glue because I find it does I do need to move this around a bit to make sure I have it exactly where I want it. All right, so here we go. Press that down. Now I'm just going to bring out my scissors. I just happen to have these nearby, these big ones, and I'm just going to cut off this excess. Okay. This is a simple, simple way to decorate your envelope and use up some of your papers. Ask someone who has a lot of papers how good of an idea this is. So, yeah. So here we go. Whoops. Yeah, let me do a little better on that one. Sorry. Sometimes I get a little particular on things. So there we go. Here's our card in our coordinating envelope. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. All right, so here's card number 1. I wanted to show you that one. Let me set that off to the side. And I think this one I didn't put the insides in. Let me show you the one that has the insides in. So there you go. So I had had a little smudge on that side, so that's why the lipstick is over on that side. I'm giving away my secrets. I know. Okay, let me bring in card number 2. All right, so here we go. Let me sort of move things around. You guys are cracking me up. Oh, man. All right, now this one I'm just changing up a little bit just with the colors, okay? So here I now have a card base, and I'm actually using Purple Posy this time. And those of you that do not, or who do know me, know that purple is my absolute least favorite color. But sometimes I do pull it out, so hooray, huh? So this is not a top folding card, but this is cut out the way we normally cut them out. So it's 8.5, 5.5. The score line is at 4 1/4. Okay, that's where I have that folded. I have a piece of Whisper White that I have for the inside that I've already stamped a little something from that Dress to Impress stamp set. This one I am using some pearls, the metallic pearls. Let me just put those off to the side. Now the measurements for my Designer Series paper, again from the Best Dressed pack, paper pack. This one, it's 5.5. Wow, 5.5, 2 inches. All right. This one is 5.5, but 3/4 of an inch. All right. So those two, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make this card the way I made this one, and I'll explain what I mean in a second. Okay, so let me just go ahead, and I'm going to put the papers down first. I know you're like, wait, what's she talking about? So just bear with me. All right. Sometimes my mouth gets ahead of me. This time, yeah, I kind of was. So I am going to go ahead, get some adhesive on, and I don't know how far down I went with this. See, that's what I like sometimes. That looks good. A lot of things I am very particular on, but sometimes, a lot of times in my stamping, I am not. So, all right, so let me get this little strip. Okay, that one's empty on me. Of course it is. So let's try. There we go. Okay. So let me just kind of turn this upside down so I can see better. And now I'm just going to put this strip right up against that one. And there we go. All right, so there is the paper. Let me pull this one back in. All right, you see the stamping that I did on here. It just looked almost too plain for me after I had it all done. So you can still kind of stamp on things, I guess, is what I wanted to say, kind of say, even though you've done most of your card. I actually had my card completely done, and then I was like, I wonder if I should add these little dots that are in this stamp set. So what I'm going to do, this is Highland Heather ink, because we don't have the Purple Posy ink anymore, and I'm just going to go ahead and stamp off and then stamp them on. Okay, let me show you what I did. So ink it up, off to the side, stamp it off, and then come back and stamp it on. I was kind of happy with the way, I know it's upside down, sorry. I was kind of happy with the way that turned out. So it was just something fun to add to that. So there we go on that. Okay, the shoes. I'm a purse person. I'm a purse lady. So shoes don't excite me as much as I know, like I have a niece who just loves shoes. She's like, every girl has to have a good pair of stilettos. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, but every girl has to have a little black purse too. So what I'm going to do is add this little splotch. Let me bring this one back. You can see sort of in the background, sort of that that splotchy mark there, just to give it a little something there in the background. So what I have now is a mess, but okay, bear with me. I have this one splotch out of the stamp set. I'm inking it up in Petal Pink ink. Now I am going to, just like I did with the dots, stamp it off and then come to the circle. This is also from the Stitched Shapes dies, and stamp it. Right now it looks kind of ugly, but wait, because it's going to get covered up and it's just going to provide a nice little touch, like a background for those shoes. Okay, so I am also going to do it. Let me pull this in too. I'm feeling very scatterbrained today, so sorry about that. I'm going to bring in the inside of my card, and I'm going to do the same thing with this bottle of perfume. I am going to stamp it off, and I'm going to come in and stamp on the perfume. There, I'm done with that. Okay, I like that it's just sort of like a, I know I keep saying a blob. There should be a better term for that than a blob, but anyway, so this I will hurry up and put real quick on the inside of the card. Okay, so I hope you're seeing how easy these are. You can, use any stamp set, any paper, any color combination that you already have on hand. But I'm gonna try and sell this Best Dress Suite because it is pretty awesome. So I will give you that. Okay, back to the shoes. I wanted to show you, here is a piece of the Designer Series paper. On the other side is all these shoes. And yes, lazy old me cut out these shoes. Okay, I did fussy cut. On this one I have the pink shoes. On this card I'm going to be using then the yellow shoes. Now they're facing the other direction, so I'm going to just kind of switch the direction up of my card a little bit. So let me just, I want to glue this shoe down, so a little bit, and get this shoe down. Okay. This shoe has a piece of dimensional on the back of it, so I will pop this one up. Let me see. There we go. Okay. Now, these will go. I have a black scallop circle, just like on the other card. And let me put this down. And then we're going to get some dimensionals if I can find where I threw them. Here we go. Okay. All my dimensionals. Yes, yes, yes. I know, me fussy cutting, I don't normally fussy cut, so I really don't. But I did. Okay, let me see. I will put this down. Make sure my shoes are kind of straight. Now, in this, let me pull this out of the package that I have it in. So, I have the dies here, and sorry for the glare. I cut out this strip here, and I got this. And I stamped on there. This is another sentiment that I thought was pretty awesome. Life is short, buy the shoes. So I'm going to slip it under here. If my dimensionals were in the way and I couldn't get that slipped in there, just trim it off, okay? I think I might anyway. Just snip a little bit, because what I would like to do is pop this up as well and then slip it under there. So I probably should have attached it before I put my circle down with the shoes, but we're going to see what we can do here. So let's see what we got. Okay, let me slip that under. We can do that. And there we go. Life is short, buy the shoes. For me it should be go ahead, get the purse. So here I have the metallic pearls. I like the gold ones. So I'm going to pop a couple here. Just kind of randomly go with it. Okay. So 1, 2, and 3 of those. And I'm actually, because I feel like this is a blank, or do I? Maybe I'll put it over here instead. Put 2 of them. They probably won't be straight, but hey, they're going to be there. And here is the second card. Again, another fun card to send to somebody, just to let them know that you're thinking of them. Let me show you real quick. And don't forget your decorated envelope too. So here again, I use the same paper that's in my card. I just like to do it that way. So, hey guys, thanks so much for joining me. I am, again, planning on doing more Facebook Lives. I'm hoping to do them on Sunday evenings and Wednesday evenings. That way, if I ever go back to work, I have those days off. So this way, I feel like I can do that. I can still keep doing those Facebook Lives. I will go ahead and I will give directions or measurements ahead of time so that you can follow along with me on that, because I sure do miss holding the classes in my home. I call them stamp camps, and I just miss it. I miss everybody. I'm going to look into doing maybe some classes using like Zoom or something like that. So I'll let you know whenever I get some more details on it. I will definitely let you know. So if you guys ever have any questions, in need of any catalogs, let me know that too. We have a new one coming out. Please let me know by the end of this month, April. Yeah, I don't even know what today is, sorry. And so I can get you on the list and get one sent off to you. So can I let you in on a secret? I took a peek at the new catalog. I had got a PDF and was able to take a peek at it. Oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. So you will love it. The colors are so bright and happy that I think it just, during this time, it just made me happy. So yeah, keep up the good work, everybody. Stay healthy, stay safe, but remember, keep on stamping. Hey, thanks again for joining me, everybody. Bye now.